Okay, aloha. We're here. Councilmember Carvalho, Councilmember DeCosta, Council Chair is over on the mailing with this Ohana. And so we're just here to share some of the great things that happened on Wednesday at our council meeting and just go over the agenda and some of the discussions we've had. We did open on Wednesday with, by the way, aloha to and mahalo to Ho'ike. Right?
Oh, of course, Channel
High five,
54.
high five.
And you look good in blue.
Yeah, you look good in the kind of the awesome kind of aloha attire. That's
I rarely use aloha attire, but for today I did. And
it's a cowboy, right?
hang on.
But today is all about aloha. Okay.
And wait, let's go with the teal color shirt.
Oh,
It's
here
blue.
we go.
Good up on your Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Yeah,
okay,
almost.
we'll leave it at that.
Where are we going for the Super Bowl?
Ravens.
Ravens all the way.
Ravens all the way.
Sorry for you Mahomes, Goff, and Brock Purdy lovers. Lamar Jackson will win the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Now we go to the agenda, okay? We opened the meeting with a certificate, and that was really nice to recognize and honor Gain Robinson for their commitment to housing for our local people. That was the bottom line. And Councilmember DeCosta initiated the discussion. He and I did the certificate. So I just wanted him to kind of touch base on that. That, to me, was a really mahalo to the Gain Robinson and, of course, the Robinson Ohana.
And thanks to you, when you were in your mayorship for the 10 years, you guys worked with them and brought them to the forefront with the plantation zoning. We have Kaina Hall in planning, Kaina Hall is just a gem, to have on our team. And we did the plantation zoning, which allows them to reconstruct some of these homes and fix it back up. And, they are, Councilmember Carvalho, the only large landowner who does affordable housing. Yeah. And that certificate, I believe you and I corresponded and wanted to get that certificate out to promote the good thing they're doing for our community and to send a subliminal message to other large landowners that if you want to do affordable housing, we need it. Right. Because the county cannot do it by themselves.
Right. It's a partnership. It's working together, communities, stepping to the plate. And the other thing with the Robinson Ohana, just for me, just in addition to the housing, was the disaster situation we had back then, right? And how they provided a huge barge to provide support and resources and equipment that they barged over to the North Shore when you couldn't even get there via vehicles. So that was just another part I wanted to add in addition to their commitment to housing and commitment to our local people and making sure we connect all. It's all about partnership, like Councilmember DeCosta said. But again, in addition to that, I wanted to mention that, their commitment to really doing good in the community.
And we had a few emails come in, and it was so nice to see the local families testify about their appreciation for renting those plantation homes, right? Yeah, and they're paying on an average 3-bedroom like $1,500. And our county has a 3-bedroom affordable price at $2,200. So, they're way below market value. And I want to say this because I used to surf that left. Wasn't very good, but I used to enjoy it in high school. Back in high school, I was a surfer, and then I ended up doing more hunting. But that's the one area where no matter where you come out of your home, whether you come out of the living room, look out of the bedroom window, walk down the street, you can see the ocean. Right. So you're basically in an affordable house where you can see the ocean.
Oceanfront.
And you walk in distance from surfing, fishing, throw net, kayaking if you choose. So it's amazing. So big mahalo to the Robinson
family
and GNR for making affordable housing a thing on Kauai.
Oh, big aloha to Nihao too. Nihao, I've been there a couple of times and worked with them to preserve the Hawaiian language. So there's all this partnerships that happen, but bottom line is the housing part that we talked about on the floor this past Wednesday.
And we're encouraging other large landowners to partner up. Let's go. Calling you out, large landowners. Let's do a public affordable housing project on your land. Take away 5 acres from your 1,000 acres and create some housing for our people.
It's just a suggestion.
Just a suggestion.
Aloha. Okay, so the next item, we opened with the certificate, and then Public Works Veterans Committee came on, but it was just for the minutes. And then we opened Parks and Recreation Transportation Committee. Councilmember Kagawa worked closely with Councilmember Addison Bolasan as the chair. And we went right into a good, heavy discussion, very important discussion about the maintaining and the operation of our harbors on our island, whether on the west side, east side. So we want to touch a little bit about that on the harbor part and the importance of assuring that, the harbors are open or available, right? And is well maintained, and the coordination between who comes in, who goes out, and how often it happens. Because again, here we want an opportunity for our people to have the access and utilizes these beautiful areas that sometimes is kind of not happening. And that's why the discussion was on the floor.
Well, yeah, and big kudos to Councilmember Kagawa for throwing this out there.
Right.
You know, and Public Parks and Recs Chair Bolosan for piggybacking with Councilmember Kagawa. But what basically transpired is the harbors were designed for commercial and residential use. But some harbors were specifically designed for only residential use.
Right.
And one of them was the Kikiola Harbor in Kikaha, the small boat harbor. So, but because of that, I believe was Iniki, and we had removed some of the permits out of Hanalei, and they had no place to go, so they were all shoved down on the Port Allen and Kikiola Boathouse area. They had grandfathered clause in some, like 15 permits, and now the word was tension. There's some tension, between the local ahi fishermen who want to go out and fish and the commercial boats. Right. Now, some of the commercial boat owners are local families, good people in our community.
We got to make a point. Everybody's important. Good
Everybody's
people,
important.
The business side is on the table.
Right. So we all talk about, we don't want to depend on tourism, but it is we are a tourist-based island.
We got to find balance.
Right. And I don't want to be a tourist-based island, but we have to because that's the revenue that drives our economy.
Right.
I'm a construction-based guy. I like the construction trades, but we have to have opportunities for them to work. So right now, commercial boat tours, they're at the harbors. When they go down to drop off the people, there's some tension because the ahi fishermen want to get out. So the message was, work together.
That was a big part, and that's what because everybody, you can't point fingers, but everybody got to take responsibility.
Correct.
And at the end of the day, that's the balance on all the harbor part and all that. But in addition to that, it's the maintenance of the area, the upgrades, assuring the ramps are solid, in addition to the use and
the upgrade, hang on, Councilman, the upgrade is not just for the commercial guys. No. It's for the residential guys.
I'm talking everything, the ramps, the parking, the little dips here and there. Yeah. So we had a really nice, healthy discussion on all areas regarding harbors, from the Lihi Park in Kapa'a to, and Councilmember Kagawa, laid it out that way. We all chimed in, and it was a good discussion.
Yeah. I believe the one focal point I think we took away from that was when they had the small boat fishing tournament this year out at Kikiola. I got to MC that, and a big shout out to Sherman Shirishi, and Cesar Jardine, and the old timers who had started that fishing tournament. Right. And then right now the guys taking over. You got Eric Ergmans, and you got Nohili, and you just got a whole bunch of good people down there. But the big thing was they called the commercial boating tours, asked them if they could launch all the residential fishermen first. So the boating tours kind of took an easy Saturday. They called an easy Saturday, so they'd pull back on some of their tours. They didn't offload until about 9. They had the ahi fishermen and the small boat fishermen, the dinghy boats all go out first. And then they made a time, Councilmember Kagawa, when the dinghy boats and small boats are going to come back in, so the commercial people weren't taking up the docks. And that is how we as Kauaians, Kauaians work together. We work together to solve problems.
And that's what we're trying to do, all of us. Everything we're trying to do. Yeah. I mean, we're going to rise above. We're going to get kind of, full forward on certain issues that are going to the pu'uvai. But at the end of the day, we're trying to find balance.
What is pu'uvai?
Come on, man.
Well, you're talking to a Portuguese Spaniard. If I use pandus, what's pandus? I got you. Okay.
But anyway, so that really, from like Councilmember DeCosta mentioned, just going over the rules, the policies, and the permitting and all that, and then also the maintenance and the upgrades and possibility, moving forward in some areas.
Well, that possibility was actually giving the ocean a rest on Sundays. Yeah. That was part of that communication. That has to go to the state, probably the
and
from
the state, and then funding and all that. So that was
giving the ocean a rest on Sundays so the local families can go na pali, spearfish, throw net, enjoy Nuololo,
at the same time,
Minuli, and commercial guys are taking a break.
Right.
That's what was on the table. But we're not sure that's a resolution because we cannot do that bill as a council. That has to come from the state. Right. But that's how we were thinking.
And again, we're here this morning just to kind of share, the overall
the mana'o
of
what happened in the meeting.
What happened at the meeting.
Right. What's mana'o for Hawaiian?
The love and aloha come
There
on
you
the
go.
knowledge.
I know. Okay, so I say the knowledge.
Okay. So that kind of covered that area of our agenda. And again, to all of us, the harbors and the maintenance part, of course, the use and permitting, we kind of went into all of that. So at least it was a good, healthy discussion. The next item was public safety, human services, and that was just the minutes. And then we move into finance and economic development. And this one was more for the rising of our budget and looking at supporting our fire department with a fire engine, Kaleo replacement, so 1 million, it was more of a replacement for a fire, and mahalo to the fire department. You guys just rock and roll over there. And this was just an item on the agenda to support them in getting
that fire
the
truck.
Fire truck, yeah.
So according to Fire Chief Gibson, and we are lucky to have that guy,
Chief Gibson. Yeah.
Chief Gibson, and his administration team. They are awesome. They all work very well together. Right. I believe the 3 gentlemen were there. Gibson,
they're all
and who was the other 2 guys there? See if your mind recollects you.
Yeah, they were all there.
They're all there. Anyway, but the thing about it is they're properly doing maintenance, keeping up on rotating the vehicles as they become in the inner capabilities of going out for a rescue or a fire because the truck is too old and it might broke down. So
and again, we just on the fire department itself and what they provide for our island, right, and stuff. And this was just an item on the agenda to support that fire department.
Correct.
And that was good.
Yep.
Anything else?
Public safety. That's what your tax dollar should be going to.
Okay. And then the final item was, of course, the committee of the whole, Chair Rapozo. And this one was talking about the disability community DCAT. Disability Communication Access Board. And so they presented to all of us, their thorough presentation of what DCAP does, what the purpose of DCAP, how important it is to address our persons with disabilities, whether it be from keiki to kupuna, looking at access issues, making sure we have funding availability at times as needed. And so that was a really healthy and very thorough presentation by our DCAB team, Kirby Shaw. And,
Kirby Shaw, good man.
Yeah, Kirby Shaw. And the Disability Communication Access Board. So we really support the board generally. And I think it was really good for them to come forward and show. I've been involved in my previous hat with a lot of our disability committees and commissions and all of that.
But they are a big part of our community.
Yeah.
And I'm fascinated by Council Chair Rapozo, who grabs these items and he put it on the agenda because they're important.
Right.
And we always tend to not look that deep into our whole constituent base, but that's the #1 constituent base.
And as y'all know, right, we serve all the community and all different levels, so whatever time we can move and focus, and in this particular case was our person with disabilities, and just was really nice to hear some of the funding opportunities, the resources that are available, and they really were thorough in their presentation. And by the way, just to go back a little bit, Brada from the state was awesome, who talked about boats, harbors, and all of that, right?
What's his name?
No, I get it. We gotta
get names, guy.
No.
I forgot the names of the administration, fire department.
He was there, Jeremiah Aguilera.
Yeah. Well, Jeremiah said something, and I wanted it in writing. He said he goes to all the boathouses. He says that he talked to the residents, he talked to the commercial guys, he tried to bridge the gap. Yeah. I like that. But what had scared me a little bit is when we were negotiating anini on the floor. But county's not giving up anini. No. I'm going to let you guys know that we are not giving up anini.
No.
We don't want any more. Yeah, we don't want any more permits to crowd anini. Right. If we can squeeze another local boater in there, I'm okay. But we're not turning anini into kikiola. No, we're not.
Just for the people watching,
for the people, exactly.
Trying to find that balance, understanding, and it's good that the state came, presented.
And you've been there as a mayor.
And I understand that, but at the same time, you got to look at the other side of the coin.
Mayor, you've been there with the budget, and you know what money comes in, right? You know the money you need to run your budget, which we need money to run budget. But do we sacrifice our local families and their quality of life? We don't. You know, that's why I think you ran for council. Because you did all the goodies. You did all the goodies as mayor.
And we want to serve again. You know, we're all serving and trying our best
for what
to
reason?
do what we can.
For the local people.
For the people.
For the people. You know, so, hey, you guys, enjoy your weekend. Thank you for tuning in to Councilmember Cavalli and myself. And I want to do a small recap to all our council members. Thank you for all the diligent work they do. Your council members behind the scenes do a lot of work that you don't see. Lastly, but not least, thank you to our staff at the council chambers. You got Jay Tanigawa, Lyndon Yoshioka. You got all the girls back there, and you know, and don't forget Randall Machado. You got Chauncey Rocca. You got
all of us.
Christian Tressler. You got Janelle, Jessica.
All the brothers and sisters.
I was saying, we're just trying to name everybody, but you guys, Darlene, you know, who makes us look really good behind the scenes. Like, oh my God. You know, I admit, Bernard, let's go there. I'm going to admit right now, I am not as proficient as a councilman with the linguistic on the bill or the resolution if it wasn't for our staff. Yeah. The staff makes us look really
we
smart.
kind of go into details with the staff and try to, you know, work on helping to
big time.
Finalize stuff. So anyway, again, we just wanted...
Yeah. Last shout out to little Jahari in Oregon.
Oh, yeah.
Mel's over there in Oregon.
There with his little grandbaby and
grandson. We're going to watch him play football on Sundays one day. No guarantee. Miami or Ravens?
All the way, Miami. Come on. No. So anyway, the County Council Building Committee meeting was held on Wednesday, January 24th, and Councilmember DeCosta and myself, I just want to share with you a little update. And of course, Council Chair would have been here as well, but he's with his ohana. So on behalf of the two brothers here, we'd like to tell aloha to all of you, and we just want to just give you a brief update on what was the details of our meeting this past Wednesday, and we look forward to more opportunities to share with you, the people of Kauai and Niihau, updates like this. And we're always open for suggestions and comments, or if you have any resources, let us know. Our office is right there. Okay? Anything else? We good? Have a beautiful day, and aloha.
Aloha.